Lord have mercy. All right, what's up? We are back live. I want to give a special shout out to y'all here. We got a lot of stuff that we definitely have to talk about and get into. So I can give my response. Make sure y'all like this video when y'all come on in the room. We're not gonna be long, okay? Um, it was a lot. It was a messy night tonight. I had came through and I'm just like my phone has just been blowing up and emails have been blowing up and it's just everything been blowing up. All right, y'all. The people that's over here on my stream yard, I'm sorry, on my station here, y'all head over to YouTube. I'm gonna close this out. Y'all head over to YouTube. Okay. So I literally was taking a nap and like my phone was ringing and people were saying, "Oh, did you hear Tasha K and her employee and Storm? They're going at it." And of course, I was gonna do a live about, Storm Monroe. He did on his members only. He did a live and he was talking about Tasha K, her employee, and he was calling them the B word, dish rag, and et cetera, et cetera. And everybody wants to know my thoughts on that. I slept on it. I didn't make a video right then and there about it. I do remember I did a video about it like a couple of days ago, speaking about Storm Monroe and the situation, but I didn't get the full context of what he was saying. So somebody sent me the video, and I was listening to it, and I was listening to Storm address Tasha K and her employee. Now I'm listening to this, and Tasha K, she went live and she was responding about Storm Monroe. She was saying that Storm is gay and all of that. But then I'm listening to her words. She did a live. It was deleted, but of course I was able to watch it. And she said that Storm had sex with a woman. Now my thing is this: you can't be gay and sleeping with a woman. The best you can be is bisexual. Like we got to update our terminology when it comes to trying to read somebody, because he can't be smashing a woman and then, oh no, he's gay. Because in her video, she made a video and she said that Storm Monroe was having sex with this woman, a subscriber. And she said that Storm Monroe should not be sleeping with a subscriber. That's what Tasha K said. That Storm Monroe shouldn't be sleeping with a subscriber. And I'm listening to that. And then she said that, Storm Monroe did a podcast with Von Ray, and they did the Light Skin podcast. Many of y'all remember that podcast. And that she claimed that Storm Monroe was dissing the woman that he was sleeping with. And so I'm just listening to all of this. And with Storm Monroe and Tasha, I'm learning from this. This is a good learning experience, and we're gonna get into that. And then, of course, Tasha was on live with her employee, and Conscious come up there. It was very interesting, and they were talking about Ogre. Tasha K leaked some information that Larry Reid stole the church's money and took the $8,000, took the $20-some thousand, and just pretty much spent it on himself, because Ogre paid the money that was supposed to be paid because she made a mistake. It was a $25,000 mistake. And Tasha K was alluding to that Larry Reid pretty much took the church's money and stole the church's money and did not tell the people that, hey, my attorney is paying his money, and did not give anybody back a refund. So she was alluding to that, and I'm hearing this. And then Conscious bring up Larry Reid, and Larry Reid said he's disappointed in Tasha for bringing and questioning his integrity when it comes to money. And I'm sitting here and I'm listening to all of this situation. I'm like, well, shouldn't you, Larry, bring Tasha K on the platform and y'all talk about that? And she bring it up. But according to Larry, that Tasha K did reach out to him and say, hey, I shared some information that I shouldn't have shared, but I shared it. And so I'm listening to all of this. I'm paying attention to all of this. And I'm taking mental notes. Then when Larry got on Armand Wiggins' platform, because Armand did a live, and then pretty much Larry Reid said Tasha K is a good person, but that wasn't right. Armand Wiggins, you're right. I can't wait to meet you. And I'm like, where's this going on? Because if somebody say you misappropriating funds, that should be addressed. Tasha K said that out of her own mouth, that the lawyer paid the $25,000 and did not tell anybody that the lawyer paid it and did not give the people back a refund. She shared that on her employee channel. So I'm listening to all of this. And then he said that Armand Wiggins is more loyal than Tasha K. And I'm listening to all of this play out. And so I get questioned a lot. Why haven't you done an interview with Tasha K? Why have you been there? All of that. And I thank God that I didn't get mixed up into that situation. Let me tell you why. Because you got the employee, you got Tasha. They get to talking, stuff get to be said, you get into the mess. And I want to speak to this reason. I'm not saying that Storm Monroe is innocent. I'm not going to say Storm Monroe is innocent. Storm Monroe should never call them the B word and all of that. But if you go back, and many of y'all missed that, when Tasha K did a live, and I watched the live, she did a couple of months ago, when she started to diss his mother and dragged his mother through the mud. Tasha K recently said in this video today that she bought him a bed, that she paid his bills, that she did all these things, and pretty much saying that Storm shouldn't have anything negative to say to her because I paid your bills, I did all this stuff for you. But people forget that a couple of months ago that she did diss his mother. We would have not have known that his mother was staying with him and had to get money from Tasha K. We weren't privy to that. We learned that from Tasha K's mouth, and we hearing that. And so I think people forget that. I think people forget that part. Now, then she say that Tasha K and Chelsea, that Storm was throwing shots, and he may have been throwing shots. But I think that when you brought up his mother, that made Storm feel some type of way. And then Storm came on our show, and Storm said he wanted to leave. He's seen that the relationship was toxic, and he wanted to leave the situation completely. And on his members only live, a question was presented to him from a subscriber, and they said, "Do you think that Chelsea had a crush on you?" That's what he said. And he said, "No, I don't think that she had a crush on me, but I do believe that she is one of the reasons why I'm not cool with Tasha K. She kind of messed that relationship up." And then he proceeded to go into the whole entire drag and all of that. And to the public, we see it all. We see the subliminals, we see the attacks, we see it all on social media. And so I'm watching this stuff and I'm observing this stuff. And these people, they supposed to have been close, they supposed to be mentee mentor, a contract was signed. Where did it go wrong? And then when you talk to Tasha, she have her reasons. When you talk to Storm, he have his reason, and then you have to bring an employee because then the employee have her reasons. Even though I don't think the employee should have a reason, your job is just to work for the company. Why are you in this mix? But that situation, that situation went to the whole thing, and Storm Monroe, he read the details of the contract, and he said the contract was over, and he's able to, pretty much to be free. And a lot of people were accusing Storm and saying that Storm should thank Tasha K and Storm should be appreciative to Tasha K, and which he should. But I think people fail to realize that Tasha K helped Storm, yes, but it was Storm work ethic that got him where he is. Yes, Tasha K had helped him. Yes, Tasha K had shown him the ropes, but he put in a lot of work himself as well. And I think people not giving that brother that credit, that he put in the work. He reached out to Jaguar Wright. He interviewed Jaguar Wright. He posted Jaguar Wright video and clips, and he gained a lot of subscribers from that. And people are not willing to give that brother that credit. Now, the problem that I have with this, calling the man gay, that doesn't make any sense to me. When Tasha say, "Oh, but he slept with a woman." To me, the best thing Storm Monroe can be is bisexual, because if you're sleeping with a woman, you cannot be gay. The best you can be is bisexual. All right. So when I'm hearing this, then Tasha K says she's done with gay men. I'm like, what does gay men have to do with this situation? Gay men don't have nothing to do with this situation. Gay men didn't cause Storm and Tasha to break up. Gay men have nothing to do with it. The community, the community does not have anything to do with this. What does gay men have to do with this? Gay men have nothing to do with that. We don't have any evidence or proof that Storm Monroe is gay. We never met his boyfriend. We never met any of these things. But Tasha said out of her mouth, she didn't say, "Well, I know him, that he slept with this guy and this guy." No, she said that he slept with a woman. And then she got mad that he dragged a woman on the Light Skin podcast. So I'm hearing all this stuff, and I'm literally hearing all this stuff. And whether you're on Tasha's side, whether you're on Storm's side, the public got ears and we got eyes, and we see and we talk about it. I'm not on anybody's side, because when Storm was with Tasha, he did some dirty works. Yes, he did. But he deleted the dirty work. So me saying that, a lot of people will say, "Well, no, he haven't." Well, you didn't see the video. I've seen the videos. I've seen what Storm used to do back in the day on YouTube, dragging for because I believe he had to do that on Tasha K's behalf. And then you had Armand Wiggins coming out and dragged him and questioned Storm Monroe's sexuality, which I think that's problematic, because you used being gay, you weaponized being gay, and that was done by a gay man, and it tarnished, in my humble opinion, it tarnished Storm Monroe's reputation, because now more people was questioning his sexuality. When Storm Monroe was interviewed by Tasha K, one of the main comments were in the comments, because I read them all. They say, "If he's not coming out of the closet, I don't want to see this. Is this him coming out of the closet?" Those was majority of the comments that was in there when he did an interview with Tasha K on her app. Majority of the comments from her own people, from the supporters of Tasha K, they were saying, "If he's not coming out of the closet, I don't want to see this." But a big part of that came from when Armand weaponized being gay and used that to a young man with no evidence or proof. He just said it. And that's problematic, because you're weaponizing something that's supposed to be all right. If being gay is all right, why use it as a weapon to tarnish somebody's reputation? If being gay is the cool thing to be, it's like subliminally you're letting the world know that it's not right. I'm going to use it as a weapon to embarrass Storm. So you heard that. My thoughts on Tasha and Storm. Me personally, I do believe those two should talk privately, offline, and talk it out. When they brought it to the internet, when they brought it to YouTube, they brought it to the public. Now the public are going to give their opinions about the entire situation. on both sides. Tasha did some wrong, Storm did some wrong. Them two have to come together and have a conversation and be like, okay, I went wrong here, went wrong here. Let you know what, this is how I feel, and let it out. Let what you feel about the situation to Tasha, and then Tasha, you let how you feel about Storm. And if y'all never could be cool, that's fine. But I do believe a conversation should be had between the two. I do believe that. I think Tasha is an amazing content creator. I think that what she have been doing for YouTube and what she done for YouTube has been incredible. The quality, um, the her content, breaking stories has been amazing. I think that she should go down in the Hall of Fame for what she done. But I think that if you do something from the heart and you say for instance, you pay somebody bills and you help somebody's mother and you did that from the heart, that should be from the heart. I don't know how can we use that to weaponize to say, hey, I did this for his mom. I never heard Storm Monroe mom just Tasha K. Never heard her diss. Now, if Storm Monroe mother would have came on YouTube dissing Tasha, then that's the perfect opportunity for you to be like, hey, don't diss me. And I did that. But I never heard his mom diss Tasha. His mom was brought up though and dragged all through these YouTube streets, but I never heard his mom diss Tasha K. And if she did, that wasn't done publicly. We never heard it on the channel. And we never had this stuff on the channel, but I do want to talk about, because we do have to bring in Von Ray, and I don't like bringing up Von Ray, but he brought me up, and I want to say this: don't nobody tell me to talk about Von Ray. I talk about Von Ray because I do it on my own accord. I do it for me. This is what I do on my platform. Don't nobody tell me or call me or text me to talk about Von Ray. I see stuff. So, but Von Ray put a video up, and he put me in the video, and he put his ex-girlfriend, the employee of Tasha K, in the video. And I never was able to give a response like I want to give a response. Von Ray, to me and to the employee, that situation was very toxic. It was very toxic. And you know where I went wrong at, and I can admit this, is bringing it up to social media, because I was one of the ones that brought it up about Von Ray and the employee were dating. I brought that situation up to YouTube, and I did content on it. And Chelsea, unfortunately, she couldn't deal with a lot of the pressures of that because it made her cry. She broke down. It was toxic. It was very, very toxic. And so now, Von got a new girl, and now he's using her words and putting my words in the video and all of that. And I wasn't even aware that it happened until people was DMing me and texting me the information. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, oh no, I'm not trying to go against her and you use me in a video, but he used me in a video, and I'm like, I'm not with that. And first of all, why would you use my content in a video and then you block me on social media? That was weird. But back to Storm Monroe, back to Storm Monroe, and back to Tasha K. It was a learning experience, but I think people need to realize when you have a mentor and you say, I want you to be my mentor, I want you to teach me the ropes. I think now a lot of content creators are now learning that if the mentor is in some mess and drama, you will come out and to be a casualty of war. They will start talking about you and dissing you, and you will get blamed for things that you didn't do. But because you are associated with Tasha K, you're going to get some of the arrows thrown at you. And that's just how it's going to be. And if you're willing to deal with a fallout, being dragged on the internet, people get involved, that's what you have to deal with. And I think that if Storm could do it all over again, I don't know if people would join up with Tasha. I don't know. But for people that's outside looking in like myself, who want to be involved in a situation like this where drama is being spilled, tea is being spilled all over these YouTube streets, who want to be involved with that when all I'm trying to do is grow my YouTube channel, become a star on YouTube, get a lot of subscribers to make a lot of money. And I think now Storm, for the rest of his career, he's going to have to deal with Tasha K bought your bed. Tasha K gave you money. Tasha K paid your bills. Tasha K did this. If it wasn't for Tasha, you wouldn't be on YouTube. You wouldn't have these subscribers. So now he's going to have to deal with that. And for the rest of his career, as long as he's on this platform, he's going to have to deal with that. And then also he's going to deal with come out of the closet, UDL, stop lying to the women. He's going to have to deal with that as well. And that's very unfortunate, because I don't know who Storm sleeps with in his bedroom. The man says he's straight. I have nothing but to honor that. You know what I'm saying? And if he is on the DL, nobody have exposed him, no records, no videos, no clips, none of that ever had to come up with. He's, none of that ever came to the forefront. So I have nothing but to honor what that brother said. And I'm not going to weaponize him being gay when I don't have any evidence or proof of that, because I won't want nobody to weaponize me having something I'm not, if I don't have any proof of that. So I'm on here and I'm speaking on this because it needs to be brought up, and it needs to be talked about. And of course, it's sad to see Storm and Tasha break up, because they were a good team. Because when you go back to those old videos, they were good. They were literally making good quality content together. When they would do the podcast, they were great together. They were. And you saw the switch and you saw the change when Storm Monroe was over there working with him. Okay. Now, another issue that I'm definitely going to bring up is calling black women bees. But when you're angry, people say stuff, and it's wrong, because I've been there. I've been there when you are trying to talk about women, you start saying the B word, you start calling them dirty, you start saying all that. That part is wrong. And that's why I feel like Storm and Tasha, they both should apologize to each other, because they both have said some things out of their mouth that they should definitely talk about enough. I'm not perfect, so I'm not going to act like I'm Mother Teresa, and I don't do no wrong, because I've been there. I've done wrong. I've used the B word. I used it a multiple plethora of times. When you're angry, you start saying a whole bunch. You start saying a whole bunch of stuff, and some black women are upset about it. When they came up, and a lot of them were saying why he used that to describe Tasha. When you're angry, you say stuff. Like when Tasha was angry, she said what she said. When Storm Monroe was angry, he said what he said. And I hope that Tasha and Storm, have a conversation. I think it's old, because they work together. They were in a working relationship. Hopefully they do it for the good of the community. But if they don't, then we will get on our platforms and we will talk about it. They had a falling out. We talked about it, and we brought it up on social media. And when I went to YouTube and I saw the video that they were saying Storm Monroe was supposed to go on a 3-month break, Storm Monroe, I think he did one on the break, because a while I wasn't able to get in contact with Storm. This person was able to get in contact with Storm. He literally must took a break. But my thing is this: for Storm, it's like when you do a private live, or when you do a live on to the members only, that does not mean it's going to be private. So anybody if I go and to do a live and I'm dragging some people on the members only live, that's going to come out. Like somebody's going to download it, somebody's going to record it, because everybody's not. And then the people that sent the video and it was a storm chaser. The person sent me the video was a storm chaser. They're subscribed to the Patreon. They're subscribed. They're subscribed to the members only. They sent me the video and I was able to watch it. And Armand said the video is down. No, the video is still up because I watched it because it was just sent to me yesterday. And then when I checked today, the video is literally still up. It ain't deleted. He didn't delete it. It's still up because I watched it. But when you put that out there, that don't mean that it's gonna be private. Like when you put when you put when you put and you trash somebody on a members only, that's not going to be private. I don't know why people think that that's not going to be private. Anything that I say in members only, if you can't say it publicly, don't say it at all. If you call somebody a B, a dirty dish rag B, and all that, you got to be willing to own that in public and say that's what I said. Because if you said it privately, you might as well open it up and might as well say it publicly and give us the reason of why you said what you said. But when it was said in his members only, I wasn't shocked. Because a lot of that was just balled up in him. A lot of stuff he wanted to share because in his mind he's probably angry. He's probably upset. He feel that Tasha did him wrong. Tasha herself feel like he did her wrong, and they both, you seeing it now, you seeing the fallout. Is I'm shocked? No, because I've seen many people on these YouTube streets fall out. I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. I'm not, oh my gosh, they fell out. I am so shocked. No. You've been in this game long enough. You see I've seen people fall out all the time. Whether you are content creators, whether you start a mentorship, it's the new thing with mentorship thing. This is kind of new on YouTube, where the mentor is falling out with the mentee. That's kind of new. Or the mentee is falling out with the mentor. That's kind of new. But the common denominator, they all falling out. Okay. So that's how we stand on that. So I'm gonna open up the phone lines. I'm gonna let y'all call in. Like I said, I still have love for Tasha. I think that she's an incredible content creator. Her app is just incredible. Everything just off the chain. What she's doing, building her own app, building her own company from the ground up, just incredible. Her husband met him. Talked to him on the phone. Just a great guy. Great people. It's just, I don't agree with everything that Tasha K did. I think that she should have called Storm and they should have had a conversation. But I think when that Von Ray situation happened, that just made the situation worse. Because then we find out that Tasha was saying that that Storm sent Von Ray some text messages, a screenshot of what Tasha said about Von. And then Tasha K will say, well, Von told me that you was on drugs. And this was during the time when Tasha K was at court with Cardi B. So you hearing all this stuff, right? And I'm like, see, when you bring in and that part, I do believe that Storm should have never moved in Von Ray to his house or Chelsea to his house. That was a mistake that he made. He should have never made that mistake, because when you bring people to your house, the drama, the baggage, you're going to get involved with the drama and the baggage. If he would have never bought, a lot of this would have not been to the forefront. And I believe if he would have never bought Von Ray in his house, if he would have never moved the employee to the house, I think that if he would have literally said, no, I'm not going to bring him to my house. He cannot live with me. He cannot do these things with me. No, I'm not bringing him to my house. I think that would have saved him a lot of trouble. Okay. That would have saved him a lot of trouble. And people will say, well, he said he was leaving. That's his house. So whether he said he's gonna leave or didn't leave, it's his house. He's paying for it. Like that, because like one of the things when an employee came up, she said, well, he said he was leaving and moving to his new place. If he could change his mind, because that's his property. You know what I'm saying? That's his property. Thank God he did stay, because there's no telling what they would have done to the property. Because I'm hearing that that the employee and Von was arguing down. Like they was literally arguing down. It got so bad in the argument that when they broke up, Chelsea had to get a restraining order against him. Yeah, she had to get a whole restraining order against Von Ray. So of course it was, you're not getting a restraining order unless it's toxic, and got a whole restraining order on that young man. Yeah, and then shortly after the restraining order, the young man went outside, him walking with his girl, and a car pulled up, and he got shot multiple times, and he got injured. If you go to the video that he posted, couldn't hardly walk, hand all swollen, had to get a all type of stuff he was going through when that situation happened, and that happened shortly after after the employee got the restraining order. Shortly after all that stuff happened, he goes down. And he was off in there for a little while. And then when I saw a clip of him, I said, "Oh my God, she's doing bad." He was doing, and I'm glad he's still here. He, by the grace of God, that Von Ray is still here. By the grace of God, because that one number God and made sure to say it's not your time, young man. So I'm gonna open up these phone lines. I'm gonna let y'all talk, give y'all thoughts on here. The phone lines is open. And then I open up the StreamYard, so y'all are more than welcome. I know it's late.
Your show now. Press 1 to hear important.
Your show is scheduled to start in 34 seconds.
I wasn't planning on go to the live that way. They said the police had body cam on what they reopened him, so was required, which is okay. But yeah, whether it was required or not, a restraining order was given. So he had to get a whole.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
And then, when you go back to that situation, Von told the credit card company that the rent was fraudulent charges. And so TashaK employee had to pay back rent because he went on and deleted. Von Ray told the credit card company that was fraud. So we're gonna open up the phone lines. 2494. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hey, Wiley, how you doing?
Doing good.
I'm gonna try to keep it short because I know you got a lot of people that want to call in tonight. The first thing that I want to say is I watched your live. I'm watching your live, and I was listening to you a little bit on Station Head, and then I watched Armand's live. And so this is my assessment. First of all, I think that Larry Reid has proven himself to be a liar. And the reason that I say that is because Tasha said that he told her that Olga paid for, the mistake. Okay. So Tasha repeated that. Okay. But come to find out that wasn't totally true. That he paid for some of it, and then he's saying that Olga paid for some of it. So that means that what Tasha said was true. She was repeating what he said. Larry Reid lied to Tasha for Olga. Olga told him to lie to Tasha. So why did Olga tell Larry Reid to lie to Tasha? And then if they're supposed to be friends, you wouldn't lie to your friend like that. So if Larry Reid says Tasha is not a good friend, Larry Reid is not a good friend because he lied to Tasha. Okay, so I'm done with that. The next thing is I hear a lot of YouTubers calling Tasha K a liar because they say she make up things and different things like that. Let me just give you this perspective. All these YouTubers, including you, Wiley, y'all all do the same thing. Because anytime you repeat some information that you got secondhand from someone else, you're basically reciting something that you don't know to be true. The only time you know something is true is if you saw it yourself or the person that was in whatever situation it was told you that person was actually a part of it. But if you're just repeating what someone told you or what you heard, all of that secondhand information and can be construed as lying. So I think everybody needs to get off this whole lie thing because all YouTubers, y'all get information from somewhere else and then y'all come on here. Y'all haven't seen everything that you're reporting about. So, people don't know whether it's true or not. The next thing, Wiley, if you're going to be neutral, then you need to be truly neutral because just from the outside looking in, I think Storm is a user. He's a user. He was ready to get rid of Tasha after Tasha had given him everything he wanted. He got everything he wanted, and then he was done with her. If he could have done it on his own, why didn't he do it on his own? He's saying he was so miserable. Why did he stay there so long? And as for his mother, you said you never heard Storm's mother say anything about Tasha. But just because you didn't hear it, it doesn't mean that it didn't happen. All of this is speculation we're talking about. The only people that really know what went down is Storm, Tasha, and in the other situation, Larry Reid. And from what I understand, Monroe doesn't even care about his mama. A man that would put his mama out is the lowest on this planet, because you give your mother respect. Storm is a child. He's a petulant, spoiled child, and he wants women to do things for him. And that's what Tasha was doing. Tasha, if I was her, Tasha, if you're listening, I would leave all these dudes alone, because they're using you. They're using you to get to where they want to be. Armand was on his platform, and it is clear that Armand is so jealous. He is still angry with Tasha K for not choosing him over Storm. He literally was ranting to Larry Reid and telling Larry, well, I've been more loyal to you than Tasha, but you and Tasha do more work together, and you associate with her more. I mean, he just proved how jealous he is. He is still so jealous. And he's going to do Larry Reid the same way. If things don't work out with him and Larry Reid told him, I'm going to be in California tomorrow, and we're going to get together. Armand is going to do to Larry Reid the same thing he did to Tasha. If Larry Reid truly doesn't partner with him in a lot of things, he's going to do the same thing he did to Tasha, because Armand did the same thing to T.S. Madison. He felt like he should have been on T.S. Madison's show, and she had Tasha on her show. I mean, if you just really pay attention, all of these guys are pretty much doing the same thing. But yet and still, they talking about this one woman that they want to help them get on. That's the one consistent thing that's in this thing. All of them want something from this black woman that they evidently couldn't get on their own, because if they did, well, Armand did have his own thing going on, but he wanted to take it to the next level, and that's why he wanted to, be the mentor to Tasha. And I guarantee you, if Tasha K was to call Armand tomorrow and say, Armand, I think we need to work things out, and I really want really want to mentor you, or whatever, Armand would jump at it just like that. He would jump at it, because they all want something from her. Tasha, you are a strong, black, smart woman doing your thing, no matter how you got there to do it, because as far as I'm concerned, from my view, all of these YouTubers do the same thing. They all do the same thing. And there's no way a judge should have gave Cardi B $4 million for that mess. It just doesn't even make any sense or whatever. But all you YouTubers do the same thing. Y'all translate second and third and fourth and fifth information. Y'all all doing the same thing. You're getting information from one place and you're bringing it to the people. And we do appreciate it, though. We do appreciate that. So that's pretty much all I had to say, Wiley. And I do like your show, and I tuned in tonight because I knew you were going to bring the foolery on here, but you've been really serious. You haven't been really funny tonight. Hopefully it'll come a little later.
Thank you so very much for calling in.
Wiley.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Still, you haven't been funny. This ain't no funny matter. Sad matter at that. 0899, call you on air.
Hi, Wiley. This is Queen Tulsa. I was wanting to know if you covered the story of me being attacked at a hotel here. It was a hate crime. I was interviewed by the news.
0235. I'm
sorry, Wiley. That was hilarious. I'm sorry. But anyway, I disagree, not with Queen Tulsa, but the last caller. Listen, I like Tasha, but she's not innocent in this. We just got to keep it real. Like, honestly, Tasha was looking for someone to fight her battles. She was looking for someone to drag her enemies, and that was Storm. Let's just keep it real. And my issue is this: Tasha, you can tell Tasha is just like exhausted by this whole situation, but she keeps adding fuel to the fire. Why do you keep consistently bring up Storm's mother? Her mother has never said anything public about you. Let's just keep it real. Like, this is my issue with her, and I really feel that Chelsea is behind all of this. If I'm being completely honest with you, because she is the one. I just feel in my heart that she's just feeding Tasha all these stories about Storm, and she's just trying to make them more distant enough where they'll never talk to each other again. That there'll never be like a collaboration or whatever. And my thing is that Chelsea, she wants Tasha all to herself, and she wants to isolate Tasha from everyone around her. And I bet you Jasmine is next, if I'm being completely honest. But I just need Tasha to let it go. I think that Tasha just needs to apologize about Storm's mother and let it go, because this has been adding too long. Because you guys keep bringing this whole situation up again and again and again, and for what? Tasha, Storm is going to talk about you regardless. Storm did talk about Tasha's living situation, but I don't think he was messy. I think he was just shedding light on it and giving his opinion. And I think that Tasha feels some type of way about that. But Tasha, you have to understand that Tasha is a celebrity. People are going to talk about you good and bad, and Tasha knows this. And I just think that she's just doing too much. She just needs to apologize to Storm and move on with her life and fire Chelsea. That's it. That's all I got to say. Thank you, Wiley. Bye.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in. Like, we trying to stay on subject. People trying to get us off subject. Anonymous, live on air.
Yes. Hello, Wiley.
Hi.
First of all, Tasha K is not no celebrity. Just because she owed Cardi B $4 million means nothing. But like I've been saying for the past year, who started all this mess? Who channel all this mess went down on? Kelsey. Kelsey, I know you in here, so you better listen to me, girl. Tasha K needs to fire you. Point blank, period. Because at the end of the day, you sat up there on that page, on that channel with Tasha K, telling all this man Larry Reid live business, and his mentee came to defend him. Kelsey, everybody is arguing with you because of Tasha K. If you can defend Tasha K, why can't Contest TV defend Larry Reid? Now, Larry Reid, let me tell you something. We need to know what happened with that $25,000. Because Tasha K said that you didn't have to pay the lawyer the money. So where did the money went at? That's what we need to know from you, Larry Reid. And Tasha K, you're a friend of nobody. You sat up there and told that man business like that, saying that y'all use the same lawyer or whatever. And just because Larry Reid had an issue with her does not make her a good lawyer. Tasha K, obviously she's not a good lawyer. You owe Cardi B $4 million. So, yes, I am on Larry Reid's side with this. And all this happened because of Kelsey. Kelsey is the problem. She is so obsessed with Storm Monroe because she thought Storm Monroe wanted her ex-boyfriend. Well, Kelsey, let me tell you something, because I done had enough of you, girl. Storm Monroe did not want your ex-boyfriend, okay? And if you so over Monroe, why are you so obsessed with what Storm Monroe got going on? Y'all sat up here and talk about his mother, Tasha K. You don't need to be talking about nobody's mama, because when people start talking about yours, then what? But Storm Monroe is not gonna go that low to talk about your mama. You don't bring that stuff to the internet. And Kelsey, girl, you are just a hot mess. That's all. You are just a hot mess. You up here trying to cause confusion between all these people coming at the defense of Tasha K. And all y'all gonna do is end up in court with Olga. Olga ain't no good lawyer, because Tasha K, why do you owe Cardi B $4 million? That's the whole question. So yes, Larry Reid should have questions on why he had to pay $25,000 for a mistake that the lawyer made, when you up here defending this woman, calling her your friend. Tasha K, if I hire my lawyer is not my friend. I hire you to do a job, and at the end of the job, I have to pay somebody $4 million. We're not friends no more. Olga ain't no friend of yours, Tasha K, and that's the problem. You always make business with pleasure. Your lawyer is not your friend. Because at the end of the day, if you stop paying her and the check don't clear, guess what's gonna happen? She gonna come out and tell us all your business. But stop talking about Storm Monroe's mother. Now that's all I got to say. Good night.
Good night. Thank you so very much for calling in. I think we got another caller, and then I'm gonna bring you on, Duval, because I see you backstage. Anonymous, you live on air.
Report on my case, Queen Tulsa.
Okay. Child, reach out to me on another show. We talked about Tasha K, Storm Monroe. Child, let me bring Duval on. Well, like, come on now.
Hello, you hear me, Wiley?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, this is Mr. Duval in the building. How you doing this early morning? It's 1:30 a.m. your time. It's 2:30 a.m. my time in the ATL. Let me say this. I do have an issue with you, Wiley, in this regard when it comes to Storm. It seemed like you so soft on him, like you cuddling him in this commentary of yours tonight, is because it's like you see yourself in him, and you see like, because people is not giving Storm his proper credit for the development of his channel, you feel like if you get the same type of mentorship and everything else, you're not gonna get the same type of credit as well. So it's like you trying to fight for his name, because it's like in some respect you're trying to fight for your own under the same circumstance, which is two different situations. And the reason why I said two different situations, because with you have a true talent, Wiley. You are funny. You are, entertaining. You know what I'm saying? You know how to make a joke out of nothing. Storm Monroe, it seems like he's a carbon copy of all the other people he watch, and he try to put in his commentary so it don't seem as authentic. That's why even with somebody like Omar, we may not like the way he disrespect black women, blah, blah, but we all recognize that he has talent. He know how to entertain the audience. He know how to make an audience, gravitate to his commentary instead of, feel like you're being bored by him. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it seems like to me, that's why it's like you soft pedaling with Storm and try to make him seem like he's innocent when he's nowhere near innocence based on everything that fell through the timeline when it comes to him and Tasha K relationship. Now, do I agree with him, Tasha K, mentioning, what she done for him? Yes, I agree with that. And the reason why I agree with that, not because, I'm petty like that, because she changed that man's life. And if you change somebody's life like that for the better, where they have a better living situation because of what that woman done and the blueprint that she gave and her audience and everything else, and you betray her like that, she have every right to feel emotional to that degree. It's no different than other YouTube videos that you see on the internet where a man flew a woman out and then the woman don't give a none, he gonna feel some type of way. Because he gonna feel like he giving his all her money for a situation that didn't work. And so I understand why she reacted the way that she reacted to a Storm when it comes to what she done for his career, because she feel like at the end of the day, for all that she done and for you to just betray her like that, it leave a bad taste in that woman's mouth. It really scarred her, because it really hurts that she really see Storm Monroe more than just a mentee or somebody that she just helped off the street. She felt like that was her friend, somebody that she really cared about at one point. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And let me say one last thing, because I ain't trying to hold your channel up. I'm finna defend Chelsea in this situation, because I'm tired of people dragging Chelsea in the chat and dragging Chelsea on the phone line. Is Chelsea kind of brash and loud? Yes, she is, when it comes to certain things that she wants to speak about when it comes to the Storm Monroe situation, or even other situations that she's familiar with. But the only reason why people are really dragging her like this, because A, they feel like she's the reason why she got the information to you as far as the Storm Monroe situation. B, because she dated a guy that was fresh out of jail, that went in jail before, you know what I'm saying, with the Tory Luckett situation, well, Tory forever. And C, because, you know what I'm saying, the way that she talked like a dark-skinned woman. And so they frown upon her because of that. But what lie did that woman told? You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff that she tells, she told the truth about. And you can back it up with the fact that she spoke about when it comes to the Storm Monroe situation. Y'all just don't want to believe her because at the end of the day, y'all already have this stereotype and perception about the woman based on how you feel about how she carried herself originally. But if she had that scandal with Ron Ray and everything else, and she said the same information and facts, everybody would believe it and nobody would question it at all. But they only question her because they question the fact that the way that she carried herself beforehand is the reason why, you know what I'm saying, they don't want to give her any credibility. But you have a good night, Wiley. I don't mean to hold you up, and thank you for your time, and thank you for the opportunity to speak on your channel.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in. Wow. Okay. Oh, do y'all want to call in and speak on that and give their thoughts and give your opinion on that? The black woman ain't gonna like that. I see them in the comments. They ain't gonna like that. Wait a minute, they ain't gonna like that. They ain't gonna like that. The black woman is not gonna like that. Okay. 0235, calling you on there.
Hey, well, I got to call back in for a second and address Duval. Listen, Duval, no one is saying that Storm is innocent, but don't be acting like he got what he deserved when Tasha talked about his mom. No, it's not the same level. I don't see Storm revealing all this business about Tasha. I don't see Storm talking about her husband, her mother, or her daughter. So I don't even know why. I don't even know why Tasha is doing all this, because I believe that Tasha is coming for Storm because of Chelsea, because Chelsea did say that Storm revealed all this personal information about Storm. But my issue was this: let Chelsea fight her own battles. Why do you got to be in the business? It just doesn't make sense to me. And my thing is that Chelsea, the reason why I have a problem with Chelsea and why Tasha got to fire her is because she's unprofessional. How are you gonna sleep with a client and be up in the air mattress and then have this whole drama about the restraining order and be in the same apartment building? Like, come on now, this is ridiculous. Chelsea, she's just unprofessional. You don't see all this drama and all this nonsense coming from Jasmine. I just don't understand. She got to go. She's unnecessary. She wants to be in the spotlight when we all know that we don't want her. Send her back to the bushes. Send her behind the scenes where she belongs. Chelsea needs to know her place. Point blank, period. And that's all I got to say, Wiley. Thank you.
Thank you so very much for calling in. Wow. Anonymous, you're live on air.
Well, I came up to defend Chelsea. Chelsea is a bright girl, and I feel like more people need to get them to Chelsea. She definitely is doing what she's supposed to do. She's giving what it's supposed to give. And girl, she's not even a content creator, and everybody's talking about her. So let that girl work in peace. And that's all I had is Queen Tulsa.
All right. Thank you so very much for giving your opinion. Oh man, people are just giving their thoughts and giving their opinion, and I'm trying to keep a serious look because I want it to be real serious today about the topics. But I do want to say shout out to y'all for tuning in, for watching the show, giving y'all thoughts. Like this is the only show you get these callers. They don't call it to no other shows, but they just call it to the Wiley Show. So we thank them. We thank them for giving their thoughts and stuff like that. But this is definitely a serious situation. And people are definitely going to give their thoughts about it. And I in a perfect world that you will see Tasha and Storm have a conversation. Let's go to the phone lines. 2240, calling you on air.
Hi, Wiley.
Hey.
I just wanted to say, I feel like in reference to Storm, that first of all, that man Duval, I mean, can he be any more up Tasha's behind? But anyway, with Storm, I just feel like that, first of all, like he said whatever he said, it was in his private forum. And I mean, we all talk about people like they were saying that, that Storm's mom, talked about Tasha to her neighbors. Like, I mean, people talk about people behind closed doors, but she wasn't on a public platform talking about Tasha. And I mean, Storm was in his private chat. I mean, it was a way for him to release. It's different than if he came on his public, YouTube channel saying all of that stuff. And so I just feel like Tasha and Chelsea, they feel like they can do whatever, say whatever, and then they get appalled at the backlash of it. Like, the person's reacting. Storm, they talked about Storm, put Storm out. Like when Storm was on that platform, she was trying to cut him down. And then now when he's defending himself, she's like shocked. To me, and in terms of like her helping Storm, I think it was both. It was a win-win for her. She would not have brought Storm down if, she didn't need him as well. So I just don't think. And then, I mean, like Storm was getting paid in YouTube. I mean, it wasn't like she hired him and she was giving him a check. They were helping him to set up his YouTube channel. And that was how he was going to make his money. So he had to work. At the same time, she told him that he had to come to Atlanta. So, I mean, to me, I just think it was a win-win for both of them. But in terms of like Larry is trifling for spending that money and telling them people that he needed it for something else. But I just thought that was really horrible of Tasha to throw Larry under the bus when she knows that Olga is not a good lawyer. Like, I mean, I think she's embarrassed and she feels like she's stuck with Olga, and she's embarrassed that, Olga is her lawyer, but she knows. Look, I mean, Olga is not good. I mean, we all watched her stumble the ball in the case. So, I mean, for her to throw Larry under the bus and then try to pretend like, oh, it was an accident, to me, I mean, I would not want to be a mentee of hers. I just think that she plays really dirty. And, I'm really curious to see how things are going to turn out with her and Chelsea down the line when there's no one left to throw under the bus. And that's all I have to say.
Well, we thank you so very much for calling in. The number is 646-716-8447. All right. Thank you, caller. 2494. You live on air.
Hey, Larry. I'm sorry. Wiley, it's me again.
Hey, uh-huh.
I just heard somebody call and talk about Storm. Wait a minute. Let's talk about Storm for a minute. First of all, Storm called Tasha a slew-footed, gap-legged or something like that, dish rag, called her the B word. He also talked very negatively and nasty about Chelsea. So all you people that are on here taking up for Storm doesn't have respect for women, period. He don't have respect for his mama, and he don't have respect for Tasha or the women that helping him or the women that listen to his show, because that's who his listeners are. They're women. But you know what? I just find it odd, women. I want you to hear me out there. You guys go on Storm show, you go on Armand's show, and to me, both of these men do not like black women. The way they talk about black women is just crazy to me. And I see people writing in the chat that this person sounds like a dark-skinned black woman. I mean, what does that mean?
Yeah, that is something, because ain't that
tell me what they talk about, because
ain't
I'm
that
not
like
understanding what that means.
Is that colorist to say that? I don't know. I'm not gonna put a word in there.
That's colorist.
Okay.
That's colorist to say that. It really is. And I just don't understand black people talking about other black people. It just doesn't make sense. It's self-hate. For all of you people that's putting that in the chat, talking about this person sounds like a dark-skinned black woman or whatever. I'm a light-skinned black woman. And let me tell you something. I find that very disgusting because that means you have self-hatred within yourself. You are self-conscious within your own self. If you got to use somebody's color to talk about them, all the things that you can say about someone, but you want to use their color to describe them, or Storm and Von Ray, when you get mad at Chelsea or whatever, y'all want to talk nasty about this woman. I mean, black men, y'all need to really think about what y'all are doing. Black women have been holding y'all down for so many years, and y'all have zero respect for black women. Y'all will get with these racially ambiguous women or white women and treat them better than you treat your own mama. And what does that say about you? You hate yourself. All your problems are your own problems that you have created, not black women. Y'all blame black women for everything when y'all really need to be mad at the white man. Because if anybody that has held you back, it's the white man. It's not the black woman. We've done nothing but help you. So really and truly, you need to go get some therapy and start loving yourself and stop hating yourself and stop hating on black women and stop hating on people with dark skin, because that just sounds so stupid. It really sounds so stupid. I hate for biracial people to say that they're biracial, because to me that's self-hate. You hate yourself so much you don't want to identify the way the world sees you, because all you biracial people out there and light-skinned people out there or whatever, that includes myself. You can get it outside in the street just like the darkest black person can. When the police see you, they see black. They don't say, oh, this is just a light-skinned person, I'm not going to shoot them. Oh, this is just a biracial person, I'm not going to shoot them. I mean, stop with this colorism. I mean, black people, we hurt our own selves with this shit. We already have white people doing that. Why do we have to do this to ourselves? I'm just so sick of this whole colorism thing when it comes to black people. I expect that from white people, but I do not expect from my own people to be making a difference between what shade your skin tone is. Come on, people. We got to do better than that. Thank you, Wiley.
Thank you so very much for calling in. Wow, like people, okay. 4334, calling on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey,
good evening.
good
Or
evening.
morning.
Morning.
You know what? I like when you do early lives or late ones. So, good for you for waking up and giving us a show. But I wanted to talk about Storm Monroe. I mean, I guess it's only so much he could take. Storm at one point was trying to take the high road and like, I'm not gonna say nothing about Tasha or whatever, but I mean, this woman that dragged his mama. She just said some horrible things about him, and so I think he just got fed up and said what he said. Now I would have respected it more if it wasn't on the members only, like, say it with your chest. Let everybody know. Why it gotta be on your members only? You know what I'm saying? Let the world know. But I think that man is just fed up, with everything that, that she was saying about him. What you think?
Well, for me, that when you bring up somebody's mom, that could be a low blow. I mean, how would you feel if somebody said
very low
about your mom, and then Storm said some things about Tasha? Of course, he called her a dirty dish rag, talked about her breasts and all of that. They both have went below the belt. Can we agree on that? They both went below the belt. The gloves are off, and we are all talking about it.
Well, I think she went first, because at one point Storm really was just like, not trying to be in the mess. He tried, but that can only go so far. She talked about this man being a renter. What's wrong with people who rent? Is that supposed to be something bad? I feel, if you can keep a roof over your head, then That's something that should be celebrated. Not, oh, you're a renter, you don't own. I didn't get that part, but yeah. And then talking about somebody's mama, that's the lowest you could go. She didn't even have to bring his mom into it. So I think he, just responded to how she started it off. But yeah, that's my opinion on that. All right, thank you, Wiley.
Thank you so very much.
Right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Anonymous live on air.
Yeah. Hello, Wiley. Yeah, I forgot to ask Kelsey this question because she's in the comments. Kelsey, we want to know that now that it seems like Tasha K has a problem with Congress TV, are you going to remain neutral, or are you going to do what you did with Storm Monroe and Tasha K, divide? Because you tried to cause, now Conscious TV has spoken highly of you and is said that you respect you. Now that him and Tasha K, your boss, has an issue, is Tasha K gonna tell you to cut him off, like how y'all try to do Storm Monroe with Von Ray? See, why this is where we're gonna find out who the real Tasha K is, or the real Kelsey, because this is exactly what happened. They wanted Storm Monroe to cut Von Ray off now because of the problem that Von Ray and Kelsey was having, the lovers triangle quarrel. Now, Tasha K, are you going to make Chelsea choose between her job or her friendship? Because Kelsey, if you're a real friend, you're going to say, I'm going to stay out there, but I know you're not a real friend. I said you was always the root of all this confusion because you want to be Tasha K 2.0. But let me tell you something, Kelsey. Y'all better keep Olga around for a long time because people are going to get sick of you speaking on them. You and Tasha K came out and told all Larry Reid's business. Now, Larry Reid, if Larry Reid was smart, then I would be done with Tasha K. This woman just basically came on live on the live internet and told us that basically you got money that you cannot account for and you don't pay your bills. That's what I interpret from the conversation, Wiley. So, Larry Reid, until you tell us where that money went at, your viewers, because some of us may have donated to that fund to help you pay your lawyer fees. And now we need to know where is the money, because one thing y'all not going to be doing is scamming the public, just like that scamming pastor in New York. Is that what we're doing now, Larry Reid? Because if we're doing that, then that pastor got the right to call you up. So I'm just saying, Wiley, we just need to know. We just need some answers and you should get Larry Reid on because we need to, Tasha K, it was just very weird out here. So we just need to know what happened and make it clear because it looked like it's some unaccounted funds, that's not spoken for because Tasha K said that Larry Reid didn't have to pay Olga. Now, I don't know what kind of lawyer you don't have to pay, but we know Tasha K just be saying anything too. So Kelsey, you need to get on your platform and you need to clarify this situation because it happened on your platform, Kelsey. We need to know what happened with the funds. And Kelsey, are you going to choose your job over your friends? Is money more important than friends, Kelsey? That's the question for you. And Wiley, I'm not going to call back, but I just forgot to ask Kelsey that. Kelsey, money or friends? Is money important or friends? Good night, Wiley.
All right. 9679, calling on air.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Yes.
Okay, Wiley, I'm calling in because this stuff with Chelsea got to stop. That this has just gotten ridiculous. It started with the macaroni and cheese and the air mattress, but this is ridiculous. Now, this don't make no sense. Where is Chelsea's friends? She don't have no friends. Like, where is her mom? Like, she don't have a sister, a god sister, a cousin, or nothing. Tasha K is her boss. She is an employee. What is wrong with her? I mean, I just don't get it. Like Storm and then Von Ray and Tasha, all this mess, it's ridiculous. Who does this over and over and over? This stuff been going on since the beginning of the year. What is wrong with this girl? Like, does she need like some medicine or something? She needs to go talk to a therapist. Something is really wrong with Chelsea. It's not nobody else. It's Chelsea. She's in the midst of all of this mess. And you need to be careful too, because now Tasha done went and got Larry Reid. You next. Do you think you're not next?
Next for what?
Hello?
Next for what? I'm not understanding.
You don't think Tasha gonna get you next? Oh, she gonna get you next. You're coming up next, Wiley. You're gonna be next.
Well,
You're definitely
well,
gonna be next.
well, again, we okay with whatever is to be next or something like that. Okay, we're not gonna question you about that, but we are commentators. What we do commentary. That's what we do. If Tasha K were to get on her platform and drag Brother Wiley, she have every right to do so, and we'll respond on our platform because this is commentary. You know, these are not people that you mean up to going to people's houses eating dinner at their table. This is YouTube, right? I don't take this as, oh my God, it's you next. Like, oh, okay, next for what? Okay.
Okay, but Larry was going to her house. They was going to each other's house. Like, I don't understand why he would be going to her house. Tasha K is a blogger. She's not your friend. At the end of the day, she's a blogger. Why are you telling her your personal business? That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that in this whole entire situation, just like Chelsea said that she put me on the list and Tasha K took me off the list. This is Chelsea words. Like, you know, I'm just sitting back here just taking it all in, and I don't even know why Chelsea's in the comments and not calling in. I don't understand that. I really don't understand that, because she in the comments under Wino Game Podcast under Tasha K YouTube. Ain't that a little weird? But anyway, so
exactly. This is what I'm talking about. Like, she don't understand she's an employee. She's not Tasha's friend. Like, what is wrong with her?
Yeah, so it's just, they said it's a fake page. They said, I don't know if it's a fake, because I did see Tasha K page in here. I did see Tasha K page in here as well. So I don't know if that's her page or not. So I'm not gonna assume or nothing like that. But I'm just like, oh wow. They said it's a troll, but I don't believe that's a troll. I believe that's Chelsea, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, well, okay.
Because the person was going in. Okay, the person, that page was going in because they accused me of being sexist. Okay, because she
yeah, that's Chelsea. It's something wrong with the girl. Yeah, it's her.
So I don't know. All right, thank you. And I did say per Wiley, Larry Reid should have paid Tasha K $4 million since say friends. That was commentary, but you know, that's commentary. Okay. Anonymous, you live on air. Hello. You live on the air. Caller.
Hello.
Yes, you live. Hello. All right, call back in. Calls you. So I don't know if it's Chelsea or not. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that it's her or not because we can't verify that. Okay, I'm just not gonna get into that. Let me go back to the chat because I can't verify that. Yeah, so I don't know, because she's not blocked from my end, so I don't know. But she was in the Station Head Live. She definitely was in the Station Head Live. So I don't know if that the page or not. 8267.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Oh, hey Wiley. Sorry. Wiley, yes, I'm just calling because, you know, everyone's confused about the troll page in the chat. It really is a fake page. When Chelsea went live earlier today, that page was in the chat, and if they were saying weird things like Tasha locked me in the bathroom, blah blah blah, like they were pretending to be her husband. Yeah, and Chelsea was like, is this really y'all? And then Tasha K came in on her page and said, no, that's a fake page.
Wow.
And Shaq is sitting right here next to me. So yes, this page has been going around and they're saying stuff, but they're saying stuff that's already been said. So I don't know why people, and they're also throwing in some lies, but people are like, believing it. So don't take whatever they're saying to heart, Wiley. Like,
Oh, okay.
it's
I'm
really
not.
not
I'm
fair.
just reading. I'm like, what? Because I'm like, usually Chelsea will come on and hit the link. Okay. All right. So thank you for letting me know that.
You're welcome. Good night, Wiley.
Okay, but Mouth TV said Chelsea said she was gonna make a fake page.
No, I don't. She shouldn't be using Key Studio stuff for that. And then I don't know that fake page. They just saying like random stuff, like just lies being thrown in between,
Okay.
and people just eating it up. That's really messy if she really did do that. But okay, I'm gonna go. Bye, Wiley.
All right, thank you so very much. Wow. Now he can fly Nicole out. Who is Nicole? Anonymous live on air. Anonymous, hello.
Wiley, you hear me?
I can hear you now. I don't know. They say it's a fake page, y'all. So I don't know. Go ahead. Hello.
Wiley, this is Mr. Duval calling back. I have to call and say I am apologetic, and I truly apologize to your audience about the dark-skinned woman comment. I didn't mean it out of disrespect or anything of that magnitude. I was trying to speak so fast, and I didn't have a chance to really clarify what I was really trying to say. When it comes to how a dark-skinned woman is perceived based on perception, their a person mannerism, or how a person tone of voice is, I can see how they try to confuse somebody like Chelsea with that type of, saying ignorance, because based on how she speaks, how, real and authentic she is, the way she talks. And so still that's not right for me to say that. And like I said, I spoke out of term without really thinking through to really not enunciate, but articulate what I'm really trying to say. So I truly apologize to your audience, and I hope your audience can forgive me for my slip up, my ignorance. But I'm not colorist. I love my black queens. I love my black women, and I just hope that they can forgive me for not speaking in a proper context with what I was trying to say. So I hope y'all accept my apology.
All right. Thank you so very much for apologizing. Thank you. The number is 64.
Thank you. Y'all have a good night.
All right, you too. The number is 646-716-8447. That is the number. Oh, wow. Okay, let's go to another caller. Anonymous, you live on air.
Wiley, I don't know why everybody's trying to blame Chelsea for something that she had nothing to do. Storm Monroe went live on his fake little Patreon, sweating and huffing and puffing and breathing hard like he was on a box or a bottle, talking about Tasha K. And Tasha K has been talking about him for weeks. Again, I don't know why people are trying to blame Chelsea, saying that she was talking about Larry Reid when Conscious TV was supposed to come on the platform and tell everybody how Storm was begging him to come back into Tasha's life. And Chelsea said that she was gonna beat him up, and then Conscious TV just started talking about Olga and Larry Reid's case, and then we got to talking about that for 2-3 hours, and it had nothing to do with anything that we wanted to talk about. Wiley, I don't like the way that you have been capping for Storm, because Storm didn't even like you before Christmas, and guess what? If Tasha K calls Storm right now, he ain't gonna like your ass no more, because he'll be back in TV studios sitting pretty, and you'll be back where you are with nothing but a camera.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, man. 2494, caller, you on there.
Wiley, it's me again, and that lady was really funny. And for you people in the chat that said, "Oh, it's her again," yes, it's me again. Okay, get used to it. Okay, the things that I want to just first thing about Chelsea, I don't know why everybody is blaming Chelsea. First of all, y'all keep calling Chelsea the employee. Yes, she is the employee, and the employer of the employee.
You there? Hello? Did she hang up? She hung up. Call back in. Did she hang up? Did the call drop? Give me a second. They said, was that was that Chelsea? Storm Monroe had called in. Wow. It's just I my thing is this, and I say this humbly. I don't know if that's Chelsea or not, so I'm not gonna say it's her or not. I call her later on and see was that her in the chat. I don't know, but we do see Storm in the chat, and we'll drop the link if you want to come on. I don't know if you want to come on or not. I'll drop the link for Storm. I don't know if you want to come on and speak. I don't know. But the caller said that. No, I didn't cut her off. I'm in here. Okay, there you go. I'm sorry. You back on, caller. Did you hung up? 2494?
So
Okay, there
okay,
you go.
it hung up.
Okay, there you go.
People
It's on
keep
now.
talking about Chelsea. Okay, Chelsea is the employee. Tasha is the employer. If the employer is not upset with the employee, then I don't know why everybody else has a problem, because evidently her and Tasha are still good. So that's all I'm gonna say on that. The next thing is the real story is Larry Reid and this money. People seem to be forgetting about that. There is money missing. The funds are not adding up. Somebody has the money. We need to get to the bottom of that. That's like stealing, first of all. Okay. And again, Larry Reid lied to Tasha and told Tasha Olga paid the money. Okay. Get to the bottom of that. The next thing is, I think you guys should be really thanking Chelsea, Storm, Larry, Tasha, because everybody has had content tonight. Everybody has been going live and feeding. They're feeding all the YouTubers. So you guys need to be thanking them for doing that, because that's exactly what they're doing. They gave y'all content today and content tomorrow, because it's clear this story is not going to end. It's going to continue to go on or whatever. I wish that Storm would just shut up. If he was grateful, he would just shut up. It wouldn't matter pretty much whatever Tasha said about him. This woman, like somebody else said, changed your life. She gave you an opportunity to do something, to take care of your family, your mama temporarily, and yourself, or whatever. So be thankful for that, and stop talking about this woman and dragging this woman, and go ahead and make your content. The problem is that I think Storm is doing this for clout, because from what I'm hearing, I don't know if it's true or not, that his channel is not growing. So he needs to make some money. He needs some content. He needs to get some people over there to his channel. So I really think that that's why this is going on. I think this was done strategically to get content, get everybody talking so the people can come over. Because, see, he might go over to another channel and tell the story. But trust me, he's going to go on his own channel and he's going to say, okay, everybody, this is what really happened. And then he'll have all the traffic over there. This is for content and money. That's what I really believe this about. I believe Tasha wouldn't have said nothing if Storm hadn't went in this private, he thought was private or whatever, and started talking about Tasha. Because when he talks about anything else, he's really not getting traction. So he wanted to do something to get traction. And I think him and the King of Reeds playing this. And I think Armand was maybe in on it too. This is just my conspiracy theory, because this really, it just doesn't make sense. And I think that this is what they planned, but then it just kind of, something else happened. You know how when you plan to do something, sometimes things go to the left. And I think the Larry Reid thing kind of came in and it went another direction that it really wasn't supposed to go, because Tasha was trying to defend Olga. And, you know, I think she felt like that the person that was talking was kind of misrepresenting. And I think that that's why Tasha came on there, because I don't think she went on there with the intent to tell something about Larry Reid. And I think Larry understands that, because even on Armand's show, Larry Reid did say himself that Tasha apologized to him and that he wasn't angry with Tasha. He said that Tasha tried to call him. She did call him before, and she told him that she had said something, but he said he didn't really understand what she was talking about until Armand called him. So I think everybody is kind of a little bit angry at Tasha, but their anger is misdirected, because if Larry Reid is not angry at Tasha, why should any of you be angry at Tasha? If Tasha is not angry with Chelsea or whatever, then why should you guys be angry at Chelsea? Because from where I'm sitting, Larry Reid said himself that him and Tasha are good. Chelsea and Tasha are good. So why does anyone else care what Chelsea is saying? She's not upsetting Tasha. Tasha is okay. Larry Reid is okay with it. So I think you guys need to leave Chelsea and Larry Reid out of it and just talk about Storm and Tasha. But leave Chelsea out of it, because everybody is talking Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. I mean, the story is really not really about Chelsea. If you really look at it, the components in the story is Tasha and Storm. That's who the real meat and potatoes is with Storm and Tasha. So people should just leave Larry out of it. They should leave Chelsea out of it and talk about Tasha and Storm. And as for Tasha and Storm, they're never going to get back together. This is a done deal, people. They're going to hate each other for the rest of their lives.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. 2240, you're live on air.
Hi, Wiley. I think that lady is delusional. The reason why Chelsea is, her name keeps being brought up is because every time there's mess with Tasha, there's Chelsea. Why is it okay for Tasha to say whatever, and then Storm must be silent because he took a job? I mean, it's no different than people go on jobs, and when things don't work out, you might not like your manager, you might not like your boss or whatever, and you vent and you talk about it. But Storm has never talked about Tasha's husband. She hasn't talked about Tasha's mom. I mean, he has a right to be angry. And I think that, here it is. They are saying all kinds of things about Storm. She questioned Storm's sexuality. She said all kinds of things, and she used Storm for content. And I really think that they're using Storm for content now, because no one has really been talking about Tasha since, she lost the case with Cardi B. And I mean, they're saying that Storm shouldn't be able to talk back or have an opinion. I mean, she sounds delusional. The thing about Conscious TV was that he was defending his mentor, and it would have probably been no different if, Chelsea had went on Conscious, platform, and he was saying things about Tasha. Chelsea would have been defending Tasha to the end, like she does in the comments. I feel like, she said the real story is about Larry, which I am side-eyeing Larry about that money. But, I mean, at the end of the day, Tasha and Larry are supposed to be friends. And I think that should have never been public. She should have never brought that public. If that was something she wanted to discuss with Larry behind closed doors. But this is the second time that she has thrown Larry under the bus. And he is a fool if he let it be a third time. I mean, that just speaks to her character to, here it is, and it's known that her and Larry are friends. They discuss things and they share things privately. And here it is, something that was private is being brought to the public that is damaging to his reputation, because no matter how much he tries to clear this up, people are going to be side-eyeing him, and it is believable. I do believe that, what she said was true. So, like every time we look at it, Tasha gets close with these people and then she falls out, and somehow the person is the wrong, the person that's in the wrong, and she tears their character down like she is doing with Larry. So, I mean, this lady is delusional. I'm starting to think, like, is she Tasha K's aunt or something?
All right. Thank you so very much. Calling in and give your opinion. Oh, wow. Thank you, caller. Okay. Anonymous, you live on air.
Yes, Wiley. See, I keep trying to fall asleep, but I'm just listening, and I just can't. Wiley, let me tell you something. Let me tell you why Storm, Monroe, and Kelsey will always talk about each other. Because this is about a lover's quarrel. Have you ever seen somebody who try to mess with your girlfriend? It's the same thing, y'all. This is about a man. This is a love triangle. Let's just think about it for a second. Lovers and friends, y'all. This is about the lovers and friends. Kelsey will always feel some way about Storm Monroe because Storm Monroe, the man, allegedly was eyeing Storm Monroe. So Kelsey, in my opinion, is always going to be jealous of Storm Monroe. Storm Monroe is not wrong here. He was just a side piece who was just being looked at, y'all. So I don't think Storm Monroe did anything wrong. He was trying to remain neutral. It's not Storm Monroe's fault that he's an attractive man. Kelsey, it's your fault that you couldn't keep the man. Let's talk about it, Wiley. See, tonight we're gonna talk about it. It's 3:00 in the morning up here in Florida. We're gonna talk about it. Kelsey, it's not our fault that you couldn't keep the man. The man was looking at Storm Monroe. Listen here now. You and Tasha K, y'all tried to get this man fired. Y'all tried to break up the friendship. You wanted him to choose. He did not choose you, Kelsey, and he chose to leave Tasha K because maybe he felt some feelings for this man. This is all about a man, y'all. This is not about Tasha K and Armand and Larry Reid and Conscience. This just got all tied up in the mess. But when it comes down to the meat and potatoes, Wiley, I told you it was all Kelsey because she was the jealous woman in the relationship. Now let's sit here and let's talk about it. Kelsey, it's time to move on, sweetie. You know, you cannot fawn over this man no more. He was in prison. We told you not to even talk to the jailbird. So at the end of the day, Kelsey, let's just move on. Stop talking about Storm Monroe. Yes, Wiley, I have been in a lover's quarrel in my life too. And yes, I do result to insulting the other woman. I'll be like, well, your mama. And that's what Kelsey and Tasha K is doing. They're talking about this man, mama, the way he lived, because that's what the jealous girl do. She try to talk about the other woman because she want to be that woman. She's mad because her man allegedly wanted that other man. Now, while this is all speculation, but this is just all what it's looking like. And Storm Monroe, Storm Monroe has no fault in this. He trusted Tasha K. Tasha K betrayed him, chose Kelsey over him, turned his back because of a man called Von Ray. Now, Wiley, this is about a man, and it's time to bring out the petitions, Wiley. I will have a petition for you to read on Friday because it's time to bring the petitions back because I'm just sick of Kelsey and Tasha K. Now, goodbye, Wiley.
Goodbye. Thank you so very much. Wow. Okay. 0235, caller, you're live on air.
Wiley, okay. Let me just ask you something. Did Chelsea block you?
No, she's not blocked. Chelsea's not blocked from that account.
No, it's because there's a lot of people saying that Chelsea said that she blocked you.
Well, I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that. I don't know if she blocked. I would not. I don't know how I would know that because I don't go on her chat, so I don't know. I can't be confirm or deny that.
I don't think so because she was on Station Head. I saw her on Station Head and she was commenting.
Yeah, I did see her on Station Head, so I don't know if we blocked her or not. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that. We do see a page in there, Wino Game Podcast. So I don't know if that's Tasha. I don't know if that's Chelsea. I don't know.
That's just the troll account. But listen, for all the people, I just want to say this. For all the people that are defending Chelsea, listen, we don't hate Chelsea. We just find Chelsea very annoying. My issue is that she wants to be all in this mess and all in this business, but when the tea's about her, she gets all mad. Girl, you can't have it both ways. Enough. Stay in the bushes. That's it. Girl, you're annoying. Bye.
Thank you so very much for calling in. Wow. Well, I can only hope to get that lucky. I don't know. You can't keep on top of who blocks. I don't know because I get blocked by a lot of people. I don't know. I don't know when I get blocked until I actually when somebody send me stuff on Instagram and I can't see it, then I know I'm blocked because I don't really check out their page. Like people send me stuff and they send me stuff to my DM. I don't know if I'm blocked or not. And if I am, hey, doesn't bother me. I'm blocked by celebrities. I'm blocked by rappers. I'm blocked by a lot of other social commentators. So that doesn't bother me if I'm blocked. That don't bother me at all. So I just want to put that out there. Oh man. Thank y'all so very much. I'm gonna go and give me some sleep. Um yeah, so definitely. Um I remember Roland Martin blocked me. And I had to send him another message on my second account. I'm like, can you unblock me? I'm sorry. And he unblocked me because me and him we was going at it. But thank y'all so very much. We will catch y'all in the next video. Shout out to the producers. I'm gonna go because I'm in pain. So I'm gonna go because my legs are just kicking me today. You need to track the number and you let in keep a log. No, Wiley ain't afraid. I'm not afraid to be blocked. It's not that deep of being blocked. I've been blocked by a lot of people, rappers, singers. Even K Michelle got me blocked. Me and her was going at it on Twitter years ago, and she blocked me. Blocked. I was like, whoa, K Michelle blocked me? Yeah, K Michelle blocked me. So y'all have a wonderful night. We will be going back live. We invited Storm to come on. I can't wait till you respond. I do believe Storm Monroe, if you're listening, respond to what Tasha said. If he respond, I don't know. People are interested. Yeah, man. I'm not on anybody's side. I'm neutral. I'm Switzerland. I'm neutral. So thank y'all so very much. And if we need to come back on the live, we'll come back on the live. All right. Thank y'all so very much. Make sure y'all subscribe. I'll be in Vegas next weekend. So yes, I'm super excited for that. Thank y'all so very much. And I will see y'all in the next episode. Peace.